stay in your lane. I'm so over the medical professionals. Oh, and then I got a call yesterday. I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm on a rant. I got a call yesterday from the new RE's office. Some woman I never heard of, Angie. Loud and wrong.
I see the crystal raindrop.
Hi, good morning, Fertility fam. Today is Tuesday, April 10th. Thanks for clicking on Simply Tanika. I am Tanika. How are you? I always miss you guys when we have our 2 days off from vlogging. Lots to catch up on. A lot of you guys had questions about known donor agreement, the new RE. There is a lot going on. So right off the top, I'll have to do, when I sit down tonight, I'll talk more about why a known donor agreement is needed. The second thing is there's a process as well, right? So he has to go in for a semen analysis, which that's not scheduled until next Monday, which is, I guess, around the 16th, 15th, something like that. And then we have to meet with the lawyer, but I don't want to pay the lawyer for the agreement until I know what the semen analysis results are. So remember, even though we made a baby last year, we did have the miscarriage. 95% of miscarriages are related to the egg that was contributed, which is from me, obviously, and 5% to the sperm. So I'm sure it is all good, but it will be expensive either way. So I just want to make sure we check all the boxes before we move forward, because while it's what I want in my heart and what he has agreed to, if it's not going to be productive, it doesn't make sense, right? So got to get all those boxes checked first. And then the known donor agreement is to protect both of our rights and responsibilities, so that I am designated as parent and that his parental rights are extinguished. And one of my friends asked, well, what does that mean? Like, what if you guys end up together later? It's fine if we end up together later. As with any relationship that I would have in the future, if someone wanted to adopt my child, then they could, and they would have parental rights. Of course, that's additional cost, but it is a possibility. We're not there yet. We've got a lot of stuff to do in our own relationship to sort out before that can even be considered, but my biological clock is ticking like crazy, and so it is what it is. It's fine though. I mean, that's why we have laws, it's why we have lawyers, it's why we have agreements. It's all gonna work out. So yeah, that's kind of a quick touch point. I'll sit down and talk to you guys a little bit more about it when I close tonight. Yeah, so that's it. It is his birthday today, so I am going out with he and his friends to jazz, and I think that's really it. It's gonna be a crazy week though. So dermatologist, because my skin keeps breaking out. A couple years ago I had cystic acne. I did Accutane and that solved it. Something with the fertility meds is kicking up the acne again. It hasn't quite turned cystic. I have a couple of knots you guys can see, but when I say cystic, I mean before it was like, so I don't want it to get to that. So I'm going to go see Dr. Halem, who I'll put a link below. She had her own fertility story, and she ended up, I think, in New York Magazine, where she kind of debunked the whole egg grading process in IVF. I think she had her babies at 43 and 44. I'll double check, but I'll put the link in the description box below. So yeah, I want to talk to her about her fertility journey as well and have her look at my skin. And then we've got a couple other things, acupuncture tomorrow with Noah, and just a crazy week. I wanted to hop on here, get the week started with you guys. I obviously need to put something on my face and get out of the house. And so I will talk to you guys in a little bit. It is raining in New York. If it's not raining where you are, let me know down below so I know that sunshine exists somewhere on the planet. Okay, talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, we have made it out of the house. So I just got word that the donor cannot go in, or the clinic cannot get the donor in until next Monday. After I looked at the calendar, that means we're gonna miss another cycle, medicated anyway. That puts me back to May, which will be after my 47th birthday. So not great news, but I guess not the end of the world. Gotta keep it moving and grooving. So yeah, I don't know if that means I should add on 2 months to 2018. So like, I mean, obviously I can't add on 2 months to the year, add on 2 months to my deadline, or I don't keep going until I won't stop until February of 2019. Maybe. We'll see. Have to think about it. So, yeah, between the test for the analysis and the lawyer, so far I'm not saving any money, but in the long run I think I will, because the agreement only has to be signed once and the testing only has to be done once, hopefully. So yeah, I went to Dr. M, a different Dr. M yesterday, the psychologist. I don't know, I'm on the fence about it. Remember, I was like, not sure if I should go, then I decided to go. Ultimately, I had to go at least once to be considered for a group if she has a group that forms, so no loss there. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. She kind of poo-pooed the lawyer that I picked to go over my agreement. I picked him because he has an adoptive son. He's part of the LGBT community. I just felt like he had a good connection with the community, as well as being a professional, you know, as opposed to a lawyer who has never gone through it or doesn't have a personal connection with it. But she was like, well, I've never heard of him, and I swim in these waters, as they say. Okay, A, who says that? And B, there's libraries filled with shit you haven't heard of, woman. That is one of my pet peeves, for somebody to tell me they haven't heard of something as sort of a definitive reason why I shouldn't move forward. And I'm coming here to talk to you about my emotional state dealing with infertility, not for legal advice. You know, hopefully when I go to the lawyer, he's not giving me reproductive advice or psychological advice. Like, stay in your lane. I'm so over the medical professionals. Oh, and then I got a call yesterday. I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm on a rant. I got a call yesterday from the new RE's office, some woman I never heard of, Angie, loud and wrong. I will tell you when I'm sitting down because it's private and I'm out here on the street corner. Cabs are honking at me. I don't need a cab, boo-boo. But yeah, I'm in a good mood. But oh my God, you have to like stay on top of your game and stay positive. People will come for you. Okay. I'm headed now off to the subway. I will chit chat with you all later. And then we went to a bar afterwards. So I'm a little tipsy, but the plan is to go home and fill you in on Angie and on the psychologist. Talk to you in a bit. Hi! What's up, Fertility fam? I've made it home. I wanted to recap with you because I wanted to tell you about Angie, and I wanted to tell you about my meeting with the psychologist yesterday, the fertility psychologist. So, first of all, in the afternoon I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. So otherwise I would have recorded it so I could show you guys, even though I was not vlogging on Monday. Picked up the phone. The woman's like, hey, this is Angie calling from blah, blah, blah. And what did Dr. M tell you when she met with you? So immediately I was like, oh my God, did something happen to Dr. M? She was like, what? Like, is Dr. M okay? She was like, huh? Well, I was just calling to find out what she told you. And I was like, yeah, well, didn't she take notes? Like, I don't understand why you're calling me to ask me what she told me. And she was like, oh, well, I asked her, but I just wanted to confirm what your understanding was. So I said, okay, well, hang on a second, Angela. So I'm fuming as I walk to find a conference room to talk to her. Because now I'm like, oh, this is going to be some ratchetness, some foolishness and chicanery, which I don't do. So I get to the conference room, close the door, and I say, so hi, Angela. Can you give me some context as to this conversation? Because I don't know who you are. I know you said you were with Dr. M's office. I don't know why you're calling me. You're not on my care provider list that I was so happy to get. So can we just take it from the top? And she was like, well, because originally she said, well, do you know you're only eligible for donor IVF? Has she told you that? And I said, I'm confused as to why you're calling me with this. Like, you're not a doctor. As far as I know, you haven't explained that you're a doctor. I don't know why you're calling me. So she said, Cheyenne told me not to be dramatic. She's like, Mom, you don't have to relive it. But I do, because that's who I am. So, Angela, can you just take a look at the notes and tell me what's there? Because I'm now concerned. Because I had an 1.5-hour meeting with Dr. M. And we went over this extensively. She gave me advice on which way, you know, how this should be presented. And now I'm just concerned that none of this is in the records. Because I don't know if this woman is dead or alive or not all there, not able to comprehend the conversation we had. So you tell me what information you have and then I'll know how to proceed. But I think they were confused about the notes. They didn't want to ask the doctor, so they called me because, again, everybody in a white coat is somehow appointed godliness. And so it's easier to call me and bother me than it is to ask the doctor. Not good about Angela. Not feeling good about that. Other than that, everything was been great at the new RE. Okay, so that's rant number 1. Rant number 2. Psychologist. 1, I should have looked at her ratings online because after the meeting I looked at her ratings and she was rude and curt and then I was like, calm down. I was like, maybe I'm personalizing it. But anyway, stick with your first one. It's fine, because that's not why I came to you. I didn't come here to ask you about lawyers or legalities or I'm here to talk to you, psychologist, about my feelings. I really didn't mean to rant, but I was just like, oh, I'm so frustrated with these. I'm so over the medical community. Over them and their godliness, and don't question me and I'm going to tell you anything. There's something about those white coats, even though obviously the psychiatrists are not in white coats. There's something about those white coats that empowers them to sort of, that they feel empowered or entitled to dictate to us. And it's up to us to say, this doesn't make sense to me. It's such a country saying, don't cross my line. She crossed my line, y'all. She crossed my line. And so, like, trying to back her up over that line, it was interesting. All right, I've rambled on. It's so long, this video right now. All right. Thank you. I'm so glad I have you guys. You don't even know. Leave a comment down below. I always like talking to everybody and getting a sense of where you are. I respond to every single comment. So if you leave me a comment, I will leave you a comment. That's how I roll. All right, you guys. Thank you. Bye. Mwah. Baby, that's to you all.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rain